Good morning. Right. So far we have discussed the glycolysis and then tricarboxylic acid cycle and then ETS and oxidative phosphorylation as in the aerobic condition. That is yielding the more energy by an presence of oxygen. As we seen, the complete oxygen is directly utilized in the process of oxidative phosphorylation processes. Right, as the electron has been transported in the 4 complexes and 1 complex which is involved in the production of the ATP. As we know, the 5th complex called ATP synthase. But whereas the oxygen is not directly utilized, but the breakdown that is partially taken place in the glycolysis, that is a common pathway for both aerobic and anaerobic. We have seen that. And the thing is, in the anaerobic respiration, we have seen the breakdown is partial and yields only the 2 ATPs. That means, as we said, less than 7% of the energy which is stored in the glucose has been absorbed and liberated in the anaerobic respiration. For that, we should know which is the thing. Means, as we know, growth can be measured by axonometer. How can we measure the respiration rate? Respiration agide anta henge gottagutte namage? That is the respirometer. Right? The respirometer. That is the instrument which can be used to study the rate of respiration. That is means the amount of carbon dioxide that has been released. That is what Genong's respirometer. So this is an instrument which is used to measure the release of carbon dioxide. As we know, the complete oxidation involves in complete release of the carbon molecules. That means, as in the aerobic, the organic molecules will release the component into inorganic. That is means the C6H12O6, that is a 6 carbon compound. It is an organic one, but it releases the 3 successive decarboxylation in a tricarboxylic acid cycle. Hence 2 molecules will involve means 6 carbon will be released. Right? That is what the thing is. That is how the respirometer will function based on the amount of carbon dioxide is released. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ರೆಸ್ಪಾರೋಮೀಟರ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಗೆನಾಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಗೆನಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾರೋಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆಸ್ ವಿ ನೋ, ದ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ evolved, nothing but it is released to the amount of oxygen which is utilized to release this inorganic carbon from the organic carbohydrates. That is what utilized is nothing but that ratio is called RQ. That is nothing but respiratory quotient. As we mentioned in the beginning of the chapter, we know that even in presence of carbohydrate and the lipid and protein and some organic acid, our body or the cells will prefer carbohydrate as the respiratory substrate. Why? That question will arise. And the second thing is, even the carbohydrate acts as the main respiratory substrate. We are saying that from the beginning. But the thing is, why there is no pure protein, why there is no pure lipid will act as respiratory substrate? What is the reason of respiratory substrate is not used as a pure protein or a pure fats? In the previous we have discussed amphibolic pathway ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, fat will not directly enters into the breakdown. It will undergo fatty acid or glycerol that will enter in the form of acetyl-CoA or in the form of DHAP. Right? Likewise they will enter on the successive breakdown. But whereas the protein, that will also not directly involves, the pure protein directly doesn't involves. It also involves in the breakdown of amino acid form and then in any form of pyruvic acid or in the form of acetyl-CoA or any substages or intermediate stages of the Krebs cycle. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್, ಸಕ್ಸಿನಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್, ಸಕ್ಸಿನಲ್-CoA, ಅಸಿಟೈಲ್-CoA ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಫಾರ್ಮಿಗೆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಅದು ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾಟ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್? ಅದು ನಮಗೀಗ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಥಿಂಗ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಆಂಫಿಬೋಲಿಕ್ ಪಾತ್ವೇಲಿ ಏನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದ್ವಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಫಾರ್ respiration it is easy to break the carbon skeleton present in the carbohydrate than the fat and proteins. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಕ್ಸೆಸಿವ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ವೈಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಲೆಂತಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ವೇ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೊ ಈಸಿ. ಲಿಪಿಡನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಲಿ ನಾವು ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರು ತಿಂದಿದ್ದನ್ನು ವಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬಂದರೆ ಹಸುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್, ಆದರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೈಸ್ಡ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಸ್ ಮಚ್, ಮತ್ತು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕನ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ we can get to know clarity about that one based on amount of oxygen utilized to release the amount of carbon dioxide in the form of inorganic from the organic compounds like fats or maybe the lipids or maybe the whatever the fatty acid or glycerol or any amino acids or the protein or the carbohydrates. Let's see that. For example, if we can get to know the RQ of carbohydrates, it is always equivalent, means unit value, it is equal to unit value. Why? Means you can see the right. So apply to this formula, what we will get, that is RQ is equal to 1. So RQ for a carbohydrate is always equal to unit value. Then what about RQ of fats athwa lipids? C51H98O6 plus 145 oxygen molecules are utilized to give rise to the 102 carbon dioxide molecules by giving the 98 water molecules in presence of, means along with the giving rise to the energy molecules. Okay. So for this, if you apply, that is a tripalmitin. Okay. The RQ is that is less than 1. So that's how we can see that RQ of a fat is not equal to unit value, it is a less than unit value, that is a 1. Okay, less than 1 anta agutte. Hagare likewise they have mentioned the RQ of protein, that is ranges from, but you have to write 0.9. Clear? So RQ of protein, fat, carbohydrate. Likewise for organic acids, means as we said, these three are not only the substrates, even we can use organic acids. So for example, oxalic acid, the respiratory substrate, if it is oxalic acid, then RQ is 4. Okay, if it is malic acid, it is 1.3. If it is succinic acid, it is 1.4. So just have a look at this, they are all more than 1. So for organic acid, RQ is what? More than 1, yes, less than 4. That means it ranges from 1 or between the 4, means 1 to 4. But it is not 1, always more than 1. Clear? So this is all about a respiratory question. Just see now, as I said, for breakdown of the lipid, we are using how many molecules of oxygen? 145. As I said, that is what the pure proteins are not utilized as a source of respiration, or the pure fats or lipids, because they involves in a lengthy and slow processes. It is not so easy as like as the carbohydrate. Look at this. We are using the same amount of carbon dioxide as released by the using the same amount of oxygen molecules. That is not consuming more oxygen molecules. That is not in a demand of more oxygen. Hence, in absence of these oxygen molecules, our body may get deposited with the lactic acid. That may lead to the fatty conditions. What we said, the skeletal muscles will get damaged. The thing is, that's why we use the respiratory substrate as carbohydrate. But which one yields the more energy among these? Which is rich in energy? Fats. Clear? But the thing is, it varies accordingly with the chain of amino acids in the proteins also. Because in some proteins we can find the more amount of the energy than the fats also. But generally, if you considering, fats are more energy yielding components, that is the respiratory substrates. Clear? Okay. If it is clear, RQ of carbohydrate is 1, RQ of a fat is less than 1, that is about 0.7. RQ of protein is less than 1, that is 0.7 to 0.9, that is nothing but 0.9 we have to take. And then for organic acid, it is always more than 1 but less than 4. But which one is having the 4? Oxalic acid. And which one is having the 1.3? Malic acid. 1.4 succinic acid. Clear? Then now tell me, if the RQ of a germinating seed, RQ of a germinating seed, but the seed here is, so now we have to go with the germinating seeds. The first thing, the seed is paddy. What will be the S? S. Now go on with this all. What is the RQ value of paddy? It is equal to 1 or less than 1 or more than 1? Equal to? Okay. Sarina tappa amele discuss ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನೀವು ಹೇಳೋ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Okay. Then about weight.
Less than 1.
Some of you saying less than 1. Some of you saying, maximum of you saying equal to 1. Okay. Then cereals. 0.29. ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್? ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ರಿಚ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ ರಿಚ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಪ್ಯಾಡಿ, wheat, cereals, they are all having the unit value. They are carbohydrate rich. Clear? Then groundnut, sesame, soybean, these are all oil yielding seeds. Oil yielding, that refers what? They are containing fat. Hence the respiratory value, respiratory quotient for these is always less than 1, that is 0.7. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯಿತು? ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಈಗ ಜರ್ಮಿನೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ RQ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಈಸ್ 1. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೈಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಡಿ, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವರೈಸಾ ಸಟೈವಾ, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರಿಟಿಕಮ್ ಎಸ್ಟಿಬಮ್, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೋರ್ಗಮ್ ವಲ್ಗೆರೆ, ಊಟದ ಜೋಳ. ಸೋರ್ಗಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಊಟದ ಜೋಳ, ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ C3, C4, C ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಹೆಸರು ಇವನ್ನೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು, ಈಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದನ್ನೂ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಫಿಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ಸ್, ಮುಟ್ಟಾಡ್ರೆ ಯಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್, ದೆನ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ನಟ್ ಯಾಕೆ? ಆಯಿಲ್ ಈಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್. ಸೆಸಮ್, ಸೋಯಾಬೀನ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ನಾವು ಆಯಿಲ್ ಈಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಕ್ವಶಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? A gram which is protein rich, grams which are protein rich, then 0.9 less than 1 ಯಾವೆರಡು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇನ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ಮೇನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್. ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್? ಕಾಮನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಆನ್ಸರು ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್. ವೈ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಕ್ಸಸಿವ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕನ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಎಫಿಷಿಯೆಂಟಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಲೆಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಯೂಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ದಟ್ ಒನ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟನ್ನು ಮೇನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.